Welcome to the first of the two Solidworks Workshop. Really glad you all could make it. So Kyle, you want to take over? Just
yeah, so we're the University of Toronto Design League. We are the tech team. I'm Kyle, I'm the technology director.
Yeah. I'm Yash, I'm the tech exec for this year. And
Shahir.
I am also a tech officer here today.
And we have another member, Andrew, who couldn't make it. He might pop in a little later for a short period.
I'm here actually.
Right. Oh, he is. Oh, Andrew. You want to
Hi, my name is Andrew. I'm inside, second year. I'm a tech officer as well.
Cool. Thank you. So that's the tech team for this year at UTDL. And UTDL is all about showcasing workshops throughout the semester in different CAD programs, some simulation programs, 3D printing, and Arduino. Today is our first workshop for SolidWorks. It's also our first online workshop. And this is all in preparation for going from the digital workspace to the physical workspace to help you in the real world and to prepare you for our design-a-thon that we'll be hosting and we still will be hosting in the coming February. So thank you all for coming. And Yash, you'd like to take it from here?
Oh yeah, sure, definitely. So guys, really glad you all could make it. So before we start, just a few ground rules. If you have any doubts regarding the model, so I've designed, like I've made my workshop in such a way that we have two models to CAD. So if you have any doubts regarding the model itself, you can just wait after I'm done with each part, and then you can ask those questions. But if you have any minor doubts or something which can be clarified by my team over here, feel free to drop, just enter in the chat, and they'll be more than happy to help you out. And so I'll just proceed now. Yeah, so this is the first part which we'll be modeling. So this first part will actually introduce us to the SolidWorks interface, then the various 2D sketching commands, as well as the 3D tools like extrusion, extruded cut feature, and many more. This will give you the basic ground knowledge that we need as a beginner in SolidWorks. Then after we are done with this part, we'll shift our level to, we'll shift to another level, and we'll be making a little complicated part, but not really that difficult, but it will just be some more additional features. So this is a pipe connector, which we will be CADing. So, this part will actually help us get familiarized with additional features like slots, adding fillet or chamfers, and many other stuff. So without any further ado, I'll just dive into it. So I'm not really sure if everyone has an access to the SolidWorks license on their own personal laptops. So I'll just show you the way of how to access it using the UFT ECF desktop. So you just go over here. Yeah, so this is the remote access ECF Windows workstations. And if you want, you select this link, and this will help you download the ECF desktop. And if you want, I can just copy and paste the link in the chat for you guys. Yeah, so you guys can just go to this link and download the ECF desktop. So yeah, you select this icon, you connect it. It's taking some time. I'm sorry for that. Yeah. Yeah, so this window will open as, like if you must have seen in the ECF labs. So you go to the start bar, look for SolidWorks app, and you just, yeah, so you see this desktop app, you open it. Yeah, you accept this license agreement. Uh, you know what? I think so. The software will open over here, but I've got a license of my own personally, so I'll be working on that. You guys can just work on the ECF desktop if you want. So I'll just close the tab. Yeah. So okay. So before we start, I just wanted to give you like a brief overview of what SolidWorks software is, what are the various functionalities. So SolidWorks is a 3D solid modeling environment which allows us to uh, develop full complete solid models in a design environment for both analysis as well as modeling. In SolidWorks, you actually sketch the ideas, or any design prototype which you have in your mind or anything, and you actually experimented with different designs to create three-dimensional models. So when you must have opened the SolidWorks software, this page must have popped up. So over here, you must have seen this on the top left. This is the welcome to SolidWorks icon. This, you press on the new icon. And here you will see three different components: part, assembly, and drawing. So, so the first and the most basic element of SolidWorks is this part feature. So what we do in this exactly, we create primitive geometry and features such as 2D sketching using lines, rectangles, circles, or three-dimensional commands like extrusion, revolution, sweeps, etc., which we will be learning in a few moments. So we do that in this part feature. So parts basically form like a building block for all the models that we create. Next, to the right is the assembly feature. Over here is assemblies are a collection of parts which are assembled using mates or geometrical relations. So it consists of multiple parts, like, and you give it a certain relation, and you give it a certain you add a certain rotation to it. And any complex model you see, like any 3D model you must have come across right now, or like in the past, it consists of either one or multiple assemblies. Then on the furthermost right, there's drawing. Drawing is like the 2D representation of a part or an assembly. It's like a typical way of how you represent your 3D model, that anyone, like any engineer or anyone from technical background or non-technical background can actually recreate your part by actually looking at your design. So drawings play a very crucial role because they provide a standard way of sharing your model slash design. So just, I'll just give you a brief scenario. So imagine in future when you're in a workplace and, you've been given a task of actually CADing a part or a model, or, you need to 3D CAD like an assembly, and, you need to present it to an executive or to someone, right? You need to give a presentation about it. So you need to have like a proper and clear and concise 2D drawing in order for the person, the third person, to actually understand what you've done, what dimensions, what relations you've added in your part, so that later on in the process it can get machined, or like any further step in the industrial process. So let's just straight dive into it. Click on the part feature. So this is the basic SolidWorks layout. So as you can see over here on the top left, this is the menu bar, which has like the file option, edit, view, insert tools, simulation, window. Then you see over here the features, the sketch tab, like the sketch which has all the commands, surfaces, MBD dimensions, SolidWorks add-ins. This is what we call the command manager. And on your left over here, you see this tree. We call this the feature design tree. It consists of all the commands which we've executed in our model in a orderly way, in a more chronological order. Then over here, where we actually sketch this area, this white slash grayish area, is what we call the graphics area. Then over here, as you can see at the center, these icons like zoom to fit, section view, this is what we call the heads up view toolbar. And few of these icons, few of these commands, I'll show you how to implement them in your design later on as time progresses. And this on the right, you see QD Experience Marketplace, Design Library. This is what we call the task pane. And then lastly, this at the bottom right is what we call the status bar. And so I think, so we'll just start with our model. So I'll just show you how to so this is the model which we will be carrying. As you can see, just imagine from like, as a person. So what we see over here, this is like a cube, which, we've extended it upwards from the bottom. Then we've added these additional dome shaped like features on either sides with a circular hole at the center. And lastly, we've added this triangular shaped cut in the middle. So these are the various dimensions. So, so let's just start. So before we start, so it's, it is a very good idea to actually ensure that we are using the right units, because later on, it can happen that, your units, the dimensions were in like some other units. So that might create a lot of complications. So for this workshop, we will be working in millimeters / gram, comma second, which is mmgs. And like, you will come across certain parts and everything, which will be in inches or centimeters. So for us, we'll be working in millimeters. We select here. As you see over here, the SolidWorks provides us with 3 default planes, which is the front plane, the top plane, and the right plane. And this is the origin. So for us, we'll start with the top plane. As you see over here, we'll start from the top plane and then we'll extend it all the way up. So yeah, we select top plane. We go to the sketch feature. We select this sketch, which creates a new sketch. We select that. And as you see, it will come the origin. This is the fixed origin. So we start from here. We go over here, we come to the rectangle command over here, and we press the arrow down and we select the center rectangle. So this center rectangle function, what it does is it actually creates, it actually will create a rectangle with this origin as the center. So for us, the dimension of this rectangle is 50, as you can see, as the length, and this 40 as your breadth. Yeah, so We create a rectangle like this, just create it with a random dimension. Then there's this feature called smart dimension. With the help of this feature, we actually give dimensions to our parts. So just select it and come over here, hover around this length, and you will see that the line turns into orange. You select it, and you see this is 139.82. We don't want that. We want 50. So just make it 50. Perfect. Yeah, and we don't press the confirm icon right now because we need to give the breadth, we need to keep the breadth as 40 units. So we do that. 40 units. Perfect. Yeah, and now we press confirm. As you see, so you must have observed earlier that the sketch was blue in color. So that signifies that our sketch wasn't really constrained. It was missing the dimensions. But now you see, when I use this smart dimension feature, I actually gave each and every line a dimension. Now you see it has turned to black, which means now our sketch is fully constrained. So now we will, as you see from here, we'll extend it. We'll give it an extrusion, what we call it, of 60 units. So go to the features tab over here. You see this extruded boss / base. So what is this feature is a really important feature, and it comes handy in a lot of while you're making a lot of parts and everything right now or in future. So it just extends your 2D sketch and converts it into 3-dimensional. So over here, we need, as you see from here, we need a unit of 60 units, like an extrusion of 60 units. So we do that. We don't need 10. So just change it to 60 units. Yeah, perfect. So we've obtained this cube-like figure. Now our next step is to create this dome-shaped like figure on the side. So in order to do that, we select the bottom surface, right? And you will see that this feature pops up. So over here, this edit feature, edit sketch. But for us, we need to do the sketch feature. As we do it, there's a sketch to icon which displays on your left in the feature design tree. Just right click on it and just press this normal to icon. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, okay. Now we will be drawing this additional feature. As you see over here, let me make it a little clearer. So this length is 20 units. So, and this is, as you see, from the edge. So we do that. So we select this line command from the sketch tab itself, and we draw a line of any random dimension. We'll just give it a dimension after. And now, as you see, we need this circular kind of shape from here. So in order to do that, we just press this line command again and just select this point. Yeah, and when you selected this point, you come back to it again, and then you'll see that it actually comes in an arch shape. I'll just do that again. Yeah, you see this? And when you hover around it, you'll see this dotted line which comes up, which is in line with this point. So, this can help, this can really help you. Like, if you're going out of line, when you come back up and you hover around it, you'll see this dotted horizontal line. So you click on it and and now you extend it back over here, right? And just press and you close this feature. One very important thing to note over here is that whenever you use the extrusion feature, always remember that the sketch needs to be closed. Closed, I mean that, if I get rid of this line right now, my extrusion feature will not be successful and it will show me an error saying that your contours are open. So in order to avoid that, always remember, just keep one thing in mind, that you need to always have a closed sketch for extrusion to happen. Yeah. And we've obtained this. Now, I forgot to do one thing. I'll show it to you what I didn't do. So as you see over here, the radius of this semicircular kind of shape is 15 units. So I need to give that dimension. So let's just do that. Yeah, now it's all done. You exit the sketch from here. You see this red cross icon, not this. You select this feature called exit sketch. When you press on it, you leave the sketch. Now go to the features tab. We will again use the extruded boss base. And so there are a lot of features when it comes to the extrusion. So there's blind. Blind is like, you can give a certain dimension to it. Like, if I want something like 40 millimeters, something like 25 millimeters, we can do that. Then there is through all. Through all is not really applicable over here, but what really happens through all is like, when you have like a shape, like when you have a surface below your sketch, it will just cross that surface. So it will just pierce through that surface. That's what through all means. Then there is up to vertex. Up to vertex also, like when there's a vertex or like when there's a surface next to your sketch, it will go up to that vertex which you have selected. And the next is up to offset from surface. So this creates an offset. So, if you want your extrusion to be at a certain distance from the sketch, so you use offset from surface. Then there is mid plane. Mid plane is basically like, if I want something like 10 millimeters. So what it does is that this is my sketch. So there is 5 units downwards and 5 units upwards. So it just divides it equally. That's what midplane. So for us, for us, what is applicable is blind, and we will go back to the drawing to actually see how much extrusion do we need to give. As you see over here, we need to give it an extrusion of 10 units. So we do that. Yeah, here we go. So this is the dome shape figure which we've obtained. And now you see there's a circular cut, a hole cut, which is there at the center. So, and of 10 units in diameter. So we just do that now. So for that, we select this face of this dome shaped surface, select it, and the similar feature will again pop up. You click sketch again, and just go to the normal to icon. we will use the circle feature. So go to the sketch tab again and go to the circle feature. Yeah, now we need to find the center. So in order to do that, you hover around this point, right? And just look for the center point will automatically show up when you hover around this surface. So I found the center now. So I just create a circle over here like this. Yeah, and I think we need to give a dimension of 10 units in diameter. We do that. We use the smart dimension command again, select it, then yeah, just select the circle. This is 9.1, we don't 9.11, we don't want that. Make it 10 millimeters. Press OK. Yeah. Press confirm from the dimension this thing. Now we again exit the sketch using this feature. Now, instead of extrusion, we need to make a cut. And over here, I don't think it's really visible, but we need to make a cut which is gone through the entire surface. So in order to do that, we will use another feature called the extruded cut. We select that. So it has similar features like, you know, the extruded boss or something like through all blind. So if I need to give a dimension of like, say, if I need to make a cut of like 5 millimeters, that's what happens. If I need to make a cut of say like 8 millimeters, that's what happens. But for us right now, the applicable is through all. So what through all does, it will just go beyond the surface. So yeah, we do that now. Okay. Awesome. I think I must have, let me just have a look at this. Yeah, so guys, I just made a small mistake. So as you can see over here, like, you know, it was there on the side and not over here. So what I've done, I've made a mistake. I've actually made it over here. So I just correct that. So just remove this feature, just select on the feature, click delete. Yeah. Go to the sketch, delete it again. Yeah, delete it. Yeah, so yeah, so I select the bottom face again, click sketch feature. I'm just confirming it if I'm doing it correctly. Perfect, yeah. So we again use the line command, extend it, then hover around it, you'll obtain an arch shape figure again. This, yeah, you draw a line over here, close the surface, now press OK. Now give it a dimension. Sorry, this is, yeah. So yeah, this was 15 units. I do that. Yeah, select it. I exit the feature, go to the extruded boss again, and give it a dimension, give it an extrusion of 10 units again, but I don't want it on downwards. So in order to change, reverse the direction of it, I use this icon. So this goes up, press OK, confirm. Now I select this face again, go to the sketch part, right click on it, use the normal to icon, yeah, and select the circle feature again, hover around the point to find the center of this. Yeah, this is center. We draw a circle over here. And so we need to give it a dimension of 10 units diameter. So we do that. We exit the sketch again. Now go to the features tab, go to extruded cut again. Yeah, and I want it through all. So this is what we get. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So now as you see, we have two options over here. So you see this, we have this similar dome shaped surface on the other side, on the opposite side. So we have two options. So we can actually go for either ones. One is that, you select the bottom surface again, draw the sketch again, use the boss extrude and all the commands and everything, make the cut, and you obtain that. And another is using this feature called mirror. So what mirror does is actually replicates this feature on the other side using a plane of reference, which is the center plane of this part, and it actually replicates this feature over here with the exact same dimensions what we've entered over here, along with the cut and everything. So that saves us a lot of time as well. So I'll just show you how to use that. So before doing that, we look for the center plane. So no, not the front plane, not the top plane. Yeah, the right plane. We select that. Now we go to in the features tab, we go to the mirror option over here. We select that. Yeah, the right plane is already selected. So now we need to select the features to mirror. So in order to do that, you see this part 2 feature over here. Just select the arrow and the tree will open downwards. So we select the boss extrude feature. Then we select the cut. Yeah, and you press confirm. As you see, we made this, and now the exact same feature has been replicated on the opposite side with the exact same dimensions and everything. Now, we need, now you see this triangular cut in the middle. We need to do that now. So, and over here, as you must have observed, it has been made at the center. So I'll be using a plane, which is I'll be using center plane of this part, and then I'll be sketching on that. So how I do that is I go back to over on these 3 planes, look for the center plane, which is the right, click on it, and there'll be these features which comes up. So this is sketch, show, zoom the selection, normal to, we select the sketch feature, and this sketch feature will automatically show up. Yeah, and now we draw it. So before we do that, I'll just, so over here, as you see, there's a 10 units gap over here, and there's a 10 units gap on the top surface, as you see, as you can see from my mouse pointer. So I'll just do that. So I hover around and I'll select the cornermost point, click it, and I come down, give it any random dimension for now, because we'll be adding dimensions after this. Select it, and then when orange dotted line shows up, which says that I'm there on the topmost line, select it, close this, and this is like a right angle triangle. So now what I need to do is I need to give it a dimension of 10 units. So just press confirm over here, go to smart dimension, use this feature, select the point over here and select the point over here, give it a dimension of 10 units. Yeah, and press OK. So like if something like this happens, you don't need to worry. So just press this normal to icon and we'll just come back to the original position from where we started. So just press smart dimension again and just select this point and select the cornermost point over here. We don't want 10.49, we want 10 units, we do that. Yeah, perfect. And we confirm the dimensions. Now we exit the sketch. Yeah, and as you see, this has been made in the middle of this part. So now we need to make a cut. So as we learned earlier, we go to the features tab and we select extruded cut from here. Now we don't need to use blind feature this time, neither through all. What we will use is the mid plane. So when we go back here, you see I've created this. Now if I've created a triangle in the middle, and I'll make a cut equally on both sides so that it remains at the center. So now I use mid plane, and so the cut over here is 30 units in total. So 15 units on either side. We do 30. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So now you see we've obtained this model like what's shown. Now, lastly, the only thing which is missing is the color, which what has been added to this model. So how we do that? So I just talked about this heads up view toolbar. It has various commands over here. We go to the edit appearance feature, this colorful and with the pencil already selected. Yeah, so this feature on the left and on the right opens up, like which has the appearances, color, scenes, decals. So color over here, as you can see, it's of red color. So in order to do that, we select the red over here. See, it has been added. Now we press confirm, and yeah, our model is ready now. Yeah, so now I'll be taking any doubts or any queries you have regarding the model or anything. So if you have anything, just let me know. Like you can just drop it in the chat if you have anything regarding the parts. I'm more than happy to help you out. And if you're stuck somewhere, or like if you found any feature or any command a little difficult to understand, I'll just repeat myself and just explain it a bit more.
Hello, planted surface there on the part.
Sorry. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry, I joined a bit late, but can you briefly summarize how you did the slanted surface here on the part?
So you mean this triangular cut? Okay, perfect. Yeah, sure. So what you can okay, so what you can see from the drawing of the model over here is that, you know, there's this triangular cut which has been made in the middle, if you see. And so in order to do that, and this is like, if you see this, like a right angle triangle cut which has been made. So in order to do that, we look for a plane, we look for a center plane of the model. So something like, you know, not the front plane, not the top plane, we choose the right plane. So we select that, then we, you know, we press it, then we select the sketch feature. Then, yeah, I'll just show you how it's done. Yeah, so we did that. So it just changed this position. Now, what we have to do now is we select the line command from here. We select the topmost point from here and we bring it all the way down. And then we draw a triangular, like a triangular shape over here. Okay, we can, from like, if you want, if you're starting, so we don't need to give it a dimension right now. So when you create a right angle triangle, so yeah, so when you do that, you close the shape. Now, if you see, there is a 10 units gap over here, as well as there's a 10 units gap on the top. If you can see my mouse pointer. Yeah, so we add that dimension over here. So this is 10 units, as well as this is 10 units. So we do that. Yeah, we put that dimension using the smart dimension tool, and then we exit the sketch. We go to the features tab. We go to the extruded cut feature. So wait. Yeah, so we go to the extruded cut feature. Yeah, so you know, earlier we used a through all feature to make a circular hole cut at the center of this but for this we don't need to use the through all feature. We will use the mid plane feature. So what this will do is that, you know, this cut was of 30 units in total. So this mid plane, what it will do is that it will divide it. So there'll be 15 units on this side and as well as on the other side. So, so as you can see, 15 units this way and 15 units this way. So we press confirm and this cut, yeah. So this is how we obtain the cut, which is at the center.
Got it. Thank you.
No worries. And yeah, guys, whoever's on the call, I would like to attach a folder which I made, which has the script of the workshop as well as the aid sheet, the first workshop aid sheet. You know, it has all the commands, all the helpful commands, which will be really useful for you in future, or like, you know, whenever you are CADing, and as well as the 2D drawings of these models. So I'll just put that in the chat. This is for later use, like, you know, if you want to practice the part again, like, you know, what you've learned today, if you want to practice it again, you can actually just, you know, look at the drawing and just, you know, start doing it. So this is the second part. And lastly, the script. Oh, I think I sent it to Kyle by mistake. I'll do that again. Yeah, hope you all must have received the document. So if you do not have any other doubts, I would like to move on to the second part, which is the pipe connector one. Yeah, so over here, so this is the pipe connector which we will be making. And these are the various dimensional views of the drawing. So I'll just talk about it briefly. So as you can see over here on the top left, this is the top view of the model. And over here, this is the side view. So, you know, if you want to see as a reference, you can actually look at this. You see these two cuts which have been made. You're actually looking at the top. So just try to visualize the drawing. Like, you know, if you're looking at the model from the top and this at the bottom left, you know, you can actually looking at from the side. So just try to visualize it that way, because it really helps in, like, you know, if you're trying to just add dimensions to your drawing, to your 2D sketches. So it really helps if you visualized it in the correct way. And this only comes, like, you know, like if you by practice, like, you know, if you're trying to visualize multiple drawings, so that's when you get a hang of it. Over here, this is like the front view. So this is like the front facing view of this model. And this, the last on the bottom right, this is like the sliced view of the model. So imagine there's a plane which is just cut through our model, and this is the sliced view of that. So these are just the basic views which we need to which are there usually in the 2D drawings of the parts of the parts, models, or assemblies. So we'll just start with the base first, and then we'll move on from the base all of the up to the top. So for that, you see so this rectangle is of units 130 millimeters by 130 by 80 units. And the plane which we select is similar to what we've done in our first part. We actually select the top plane, and then we go all the way up from there. So let's just do that. So now, you know, we have this feature. So now if you want to go to a new part, if we need to draw, like if you need to model another part, if we have to go to a new part, just go over here, come to new again, press part again, and press OK. Yeah, so this entire interface which we had earlier in the beginning, we've obtained the similar thing. Now we select the top plane again, what we learned earlier. Yeah, click on the sketch icon, and we obtain this. Now we draw a rectangle. So go to the sketch tab again, select the rectangle, center rectangle feature, and just hover around, select the center of the origin and draw a rectangle of any random dimension for now, because we will be adding dimensions to it. Go to the smart dimension tool again, select the top, this thing, give it a unit of 130 millimeters. Then add the width as 80. Yeah, press confirm over here. Now, if we go back to the drawing, you see this has been extruded. It has been given a certain thickness. So how do we visualize that from the drawing? How do we find out the exact particular extrusion dimension? So if you look at this side view, you look at this 20 units, which is there, you know, you can see this is the thickness of this rectangular base, which is 20 units. So we do that now. We give it a thickness of 20 units. Go to the features tab again, select extruded boss base, give it 20 units. Yeah, perfect. We've obtained this rectangular base. Now, what we'll be doing is that we'll be drawing this concentric circular surface, this which you see over here. We'll be drawing that. And as you can see from the drawing itself, this is there at the center of this rectangular base. So in order to do that, we'll have to select a plane which is there, which is the center plane of this part. For us, it's over here, is the right plane. You select the right plane, select the sketch feature again, select the sketch feature, and you'll see this normal to icon. So in order to get like a normal view of the part, just select this. Yeah, and go to the sketch tab again, go to the circle feature, select it, draw a circle, then draw another circle whilst, select the center again and draw another circle inside it of any random dimension for now. And now what we'll do is that now, as you can see from here, that the center of this concentric surface is aligned with with the origin of the model. So in order to do that, we select the center of this, hold the control key and select the point of the origin. So there'll be this properties tree which shows on your left, and there'll be these relations tab which shows add relations. So we can either add like a horizontal relation to it, so it becomes horizontal, so it comes in line with the point. Then you can add like a coincident. So coincident is that it becomes coincident to that origin point. So what we need the vertical this thing. So get rid of this horizontal by clicking delete. Sorry for that. I'll do it again. Yeah, so we draw these two circles again. And we select the center point of the concentric circle, hold down your control key, select the origin, add a vertical dimension to it. Now you see it has shifted. It has come in line with the origin point. Press confirm. Now we need to give it a certain dimension in order to make it constrained, in order to make it fully constrained. So as you can see from the drawing, you see this inner circle is of 27 units in radius, while the outer circle is 41 units in radius. So we implement that now. Use the smart dimension feature again, which is there in the sketch tab, selected. So it's asking me for a diameter. So what I do, I just double the value of the radius. So over here, it was 41. So I make it 82 over here. And I add a dimension to this. This was 27, I make it 54. Yeah, so as you see, my two concentric circles have actually crossed. They've actually come inside the rectangular base. So I don't want that to happen. It needs to be up there. So in order to do that, you see over here, there's a 96. There's a distance from the center point all the way to the bottom of the rectangular base, and they've given a distance of 96 units. So we implement that now. Select smart dimension again. Select the center point. Select the center point over here. We don't want 49.2. We want 96 units. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So as you see, it has all turned to black, which means that it is fully constrained. We are good to go. So we exit the sketch now. We go to the features tab. We use the extrude boss base again. So let's look at how much do we have to give an extrusion dimension. So over here, as you see in the side view, the total distance of this extrusion is 48 units. So we implement that in our design. So we don't need to use blind because, if you use blind, so we don't want that. If we do that, we don't want that. It has to be in the middle. So in order to do that, we use mid-plane feature again. So, it gets divided equally, 24 units on each side. Press confirm. Yeah, this is what we obtain now. Now, moving on to the next step, you see this rectangular support, which is actually supporting the concentric surface. And it is actually started from just the top surface of the rectangular base. And now we need to get the dimensions of it. As you see from the side view, the width of this rectangle is 30 units. Now shift to your right and look at the front view. The total length is 50 units. This is where your visualization skills come into action, such that if you can visualize it well, you can actually find out that 30 is my width to this rectangular support, while this 50 units is the length. So we do that now. We select the top surface of the rectangular face, select the sketch feature, select this and use the normal to icon. Go back to the sketch command, select the center rectangle, select the center point, draw a rectangle of any random dimension for now, press confirm, use the smart dimension tool again. Give 30 as a width and this as 50. Yeah, press confirm. Now, as you see, we've obtained a center rectangle at the center of this base. We exit the sketch. Now, again, we have to give an extrusion to this rectangle. And as you can see from the drawings over here, there's no mention of the extrusion dimension of this rectangular support. Like, you can find it from here, not here, not here, not here. So what we do now, so in this case, we go to the extruded boss base. We don't, so there's this blind feature. So what feature, so we need something, so which we need the extrusion, which goes exactly up to the boundary of this concentric surface and just touches it. It doesn't just goes through it. So in order to do that, we select this feature up to surface. Sorry, not up to surface, up to next. So we select up to next. So for that, we select this up to next. What it will do is that it will go up to a certain solid surface and then it will stop there. So as you see, it is just touching the surface. So now you press confirm, and as you see, we've obtained this. Yeah. Okay. So as you now you see these circular kind of edges which have been added on the sharp edges everywhere. These are what we call fillets. So so this really smoothens the edges, and yeah, so in order to do that, you go back, go to the features tab, look for fillet right over here, select this. Yeah, so now we'll see what all do we need, what all edges do we need to apply this fillet feature to. So as you see, this, yeah, this part over here, the top boundary of the rectangular base, as well as these edges of the of this surface. So we do that, and then we look at the dimension. They've added, we need to add a fillet radius of 3 units all over here, as well as the edges. So we select it now. Just zoom in, just try to zoom in into the part by using your mouse wheel. Just try to use your mouse wheel, just try to pull it towards yourself and it will automatically zoom in. If you want to zoom out, just use your mouse wheel and just try to push it like not like just on the opposite direction, not towards yourself, and it will zoom out. So we select this edge. Yeah, we don't need to add 10 millimeters, so we put 3 millimeters. We select this edge, we select this edge, we select this one, and we select this one. And we select these 4 corners. So, you know, how, like, you know, you must be wondering, like, how am I moving around? So, you know, in order to do that, just hold your mouse wheel and just try to move your mouse, and the part will automatically move in your way, in your this thing. So this is how you move your part. Select this corner. Select this corner again. Press confirm. As you see, we've obtained the filleted features on all the edges. It has smoothened those sharp edges what we have. Yeah, and now the similar fillet feature, we need to add that at the edges of this rectangular support as well. So in order to do that, we add the fillet feature with a radius of 5 units this time. So go back, use the fillet feature again. Select this edge, select this, select all the 4 edges. Yeah, but this time we need to have a dimension of 5 units. See, we've added the fillet and now it has smoothened the sharp edges. Now, moving on to the next feature, as you see these cuts on either side, we call this a slot. So this is the slot feature which we will implement on the rectangular base. So in order to do that, we select the top surface, select sketch, select it, use the normal to icon. And now this, in order to find the slot feature, go to the sketch tab. Look, there's a straight slot feature. Use this drop down menu and select straight slot. Now you draw the slot anywhere right for now. Just give it a dimension of, like, just have any random dimension. Now if we go back and look at it, so the vertical length over here is 10 units, and the radius of this semicircular shape is 6 units. So we implement that now. Use the smart dimension tool again. Select 10 units. Yeah, and go over here. We give it a dimension of 6 units. Yeah, but this is not, we're not done right now. We need to actually have it at the right place. So as you can see, so from this edge, it is the vertical distance is 35 units, while the horizontal distance is 25 units with the center point of this bottom semicircular shape. So we implement that now. Select the center point, select this line, hover over it, there'll be like an orange line which pops up, or like, you know, you can actually select this point. No, it didn't come, it didn't happen. So yeah, 35 units. And now, sorry, 25 units. Select this, and oh, sorry for that. Yep, and select this point, 25 units. Perfect. So we've got it at the right position we wanted. So just press confirm. And now, as you can see, it is fully constrained. We don't need to do anything else. So just exit the sketch. So as you can see from here, this is like a cut which has been made, and all the way it is crossing the rectangular base. So the feature which we have to use is the through all feature. So go back to the extruded cut command in the features tab, select it. Yeah, we don't want blind, we want through all. Yeah, and we get this. Okay, now if you observe something from the drawing, you see there's this angular cut. Wait, I'll just try to zoom in a bit more so that you can see it a little better. So there's this angular cut which has been made on all the sides, and not only here, over here as well. So this feature which has been implemented is what we call the chamfer. So in order to do that, go to the features tab again, come to the fillet command over here, select the drop down menu and press chamfer. Yeah, so this feature displays on your left, which has the chamfer, various chamfer types, something like, which is the angle distance, or there's distance, or like, there's this vertex. So at the vertex, you want to add a chamfer at a vertex. And this over here, these are like the various chamfer types. This is like the items to chamfer. So like, you can select the edges if you want to add a chamfer to, or like the face, or like a loop. And then over here, in order to like, preview the chamfer which you've added to your model, you select full preview over here. Then this is the dimension which you need to add, which you give to your chamfer feature, as well as this is the angle which you need to give. If we go back to our drawing, as you can see this at the top, this is 1 into 45 degrees. So 1 millimeters into 45 degrees. And this two number with this, what this means is that we need to implement this on both of them. So we go back, we select items to chamfer, we come back to this design tree, we select the drop down menu, select this cut feature. Wait, it's not happening. Just give me a second. Yeah, so make it 1. Select this, and as you can see, the chamfer has been added, and they are showing you a preview of what is going to be done after the execution of the command. And you know, honestly, this flip direction feature, we don't want it to be at the top, as you can see from the drawing itself. We want it to be at the bottom side, not on the top side. So in order to do that, we tick the box over here, flip direction, and the 1:45, this is done. Perfect. Yeah. So this is what we obtained, the slot figure. Now, you know, we need to have the same exact slot on the other side. So we again have two ways. We can actually select the top surface again, draw the slot, sketch, and implement all the commands. Or what we can do is that we can use this mirror feature, which will save us a lot of time and which will replicate the exact feature on the opposite side. So for that, we select the center plane of the part, select the right plane, go to the features tab again, look for the mirror command, which is over here, select it. Yeah, the plane is selected by default. Now the features to mirror, you select this cut edge and then the chamfer. You press confirm. And there we go. We've obtained the exact same slot feature on the opposite side. Now we move on to the next feature. As you see over here, there's a small circular hole which has been made on the concentric surface, which is right at the center. So we do that, and the diameter of this hole is 5 units. So we look for the center plane in order to draw our circular hole. We select the front plane this time, select the sketch feature, select it, press normal tool, yeah, and go to the sketch tab, select the circle command. Now you want to look for the center point over here. So in order to do that, we will again follow the similar process which we did earlier. Hover around this point till you find the center point. Then, you know, try to move over here. And there you go. You've found the center point of this circular surface, which is in line with the origin. So just select it, give it like draw a circle of any random dimension, press confirm, select the smart dimension tool again, select the circle, give it a dimension of 5 units. Yeah, and press confirm. So now we need to have this circular hole in line with the center of this origin. So in order to do that, we select the center point again, hold down your control key, select the center point of this origin, and again this feature displays on your left, which has all the relations like the horizontal, vertical, coincident. So I add a vertical feature, and there's a relation now added, and now it is constrained. So now I exit the sketch. Yeah, I go to the features tab. I go to the extruded cut. Now I don't want the cut to be on this side, but I want it to be in the opposite side. So in order to do that, I select this reverse direction, and it just changes its way. And over here, I don't need to give a particular value to my cut because I just want it to just cross through this surface. So yeah, as you can see in the preview, this is being done over here. Press confirm. Yeah, so there's a cut which has been made. That's awesome. Now, the similar angular cut which we implemented earlier is, we need to implement that over here in the circular cut as well. As you can see, there's this second line over the circle, as you can see. And if I zoom in more on the model itself, you can see there's this inner angular cut which has been made. So I do that. I use the chamfer feature again. Go to the features tab, fill it, select chamfer. Yeah, and select this. But this time, so the dimensions of this should be 1/45, which is the same as we did earlier. Yeah, and we wanted to be inside, so we use the flip direction again. Press confirm. Yeah, there we go. We've obtained an inner cut. Now we will draw this dome shaped figures on the top of this concentric surface, as you see. In order to do that, we select the right plane for it. Select the front plane. Yeah, and select it. Go to the sketch part. Yeah, so as you can see, this is being extended from here all the way till there. And the dimensions for it, the dimension of the circle is 16 units, which is the inner circle, while the outer circle is, I'm sorry, the 16 units radius is of the outer circle, while the inner circle is of diameter 12 units. So we do that. So just use normal to icon, select the circular face. And we don't draw on this part, we draw on the side for now. Draw two circles of any random dimension. Use smart dimension tool. Give it a unit of, 16, 32 and 12. So we do 32. Smart dimension again. 12 units. Perfect. Yeah, so confirm it. Now we use the line tool in the sketch tab. Hover over these points. There are these 4 quadrant points, as you can see. Select the left quadrant point, come down, and if you hover around, so when you come like this, so you see there's this yellow vertical line which signifies that a line is vertical, it's not deviated, it's not slanted or anything like that. We select it, then we come over here, we hover around it, then we see the opposite quadrant point, select again, come over here, yeah, and just press select so that we don't need it. And now we don't need to give a dimension to this right now. What we do, we select the center point and we drag it all the way up till here. Yeah, and what we do is, yeah, perfect. Okay, and now as you see, there's a distance of 22 units from the center point all the way to the side, to the boundary of this circular surface, concentric circular surface. So we give that a dimension, select the center point, select this point. Oh, I think yeah, so yeah, that's done. So what we do now is, sorry, we give it an extrusion of 60 units, as you see. Go to the features tab, extruded boss base. Now, as you see, this is like an open surface. This is not a closed surface. So in order to select like a particular features which I need to extrude, go to the selected, there's this selected contours option in the boss extrude feature. Just select it, select this circular face and select this face. And I don't want it to be on the same side. Select the mid plane option again and put 60 units. And there we go. We've obtained this, the similar dome shaped figure which we wanted. See over here. But if you observe in the part, there are these additional unnecessary features which have popped up after extrusion, after giving a certain thickness. So, you know, see this part, this surface, as well as the surface inside. So in order to get rid of those, we will use a feature called face deletion. So for that, go to this, there's this feature sketch, go to this surfaces tab over here. Yeah, so there are these various extruded surface feature, revolved surface, swept, lofted. We look for delete face feature. So what it does, it deletes the particular face of any part which you select. Yeah, so perfect. So this feature displays on your left. So for the options, there's this delete and patch, and delete and fill. What we will use is the delete and patch, because as soon as we remove this feature, the unnecessary surface, the surrounding surface will actually get extended and try to cover it up. So for that, we select this feature. Sorry, yeah. Select this surface, bottom one, and this one. And we press confirm. See, there we go. We've gotten rid of all the unnecessary surfaces which we got after extrusion. And our model looks somewhat similar to the drawing which we have over here. Just that if you see, there's these circular sides which have been added using the fillet feature to get rid of the sharp edges. So we do that. We implement a radius of 3 units for the fillet. So go back to the features tab, use the fillet feature, select this edge, select this edge, select this edge, this edge, and the last, this edge. Yeah, and we give it 3 units and press confirm, and there we go. We've obtained it. And one thing, if you see, I forgot to add the fillet feature on the 4 boundaries, on the 4 edges of this rectangular support. So I just do that again using the fillet feature with the dimension of 3 units only. Go back to the fillet feature, select this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge. 3 units, perfect. Yeah, there we go. We've obtained a part similar to what we have here. Now, the only thing missing right now is, there's a color being added to the model. So in order to do that, we select edit appearance again on the toolbar over here. Yeah, but this time we don't really need to add a color because this is like a metal object, the pipe connector. We go to the appearance color, we select the drop down menu. There's a lot of variety of options like plastic, metal, painted, rubber, glass, solid, everything. So we go to the metal section, select the drop down menu again, come to the nickel feature. We're going to apply the nickel metal to it, select the nickel part. This would be get a variety of these options like polished nickel, brushed nickel, everything like that. So for our model, we will be implementing the polished nickel. So in order to apply it to your model, just select the polished nickel, drag it to your model, and just leave your mouse button. But yeah, so this has just been added to your, sorry, this has just been added to the fillets. So I'll just repeat the feature again in order to add the color to the entire part. Yeah, there we go. So we've obtained our final part, which is very similar to the thing we've obtained over here. So this is the pipe connector. Now we're done with the two parts for today. I would like to take any doubts you all have. So you can feel free to just enter in the chat if you have any doubts regarding any feature or something like that. I'll be more than happy to help you.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. I just wanted to ask, in the drawing, I think there was a slot in the middle. If we wanted to do that, how would we do it?
Slot, you mean this, right?
No, in the right side view at the top, there's like
oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, sorry, I missed that part. I'll just show it to you how it's done. So as you can see from the drawing, it has been made at the center. And if you see from the front facing view, there's like a rectangular cut which has been made at the center. So in order to do that, we select this face, go to the sketch tab, select normal to, select the center rectangle again. Now, so if we need to find the dimension for it, we need a cut. The width of the cut should be 2 units. We should not be bothered for the length of the rectangle because it doesn't really matter, because we just need the cut which is passing through the part.
Mm-hmm.
So so we set the corner rectangle, we draw a rectangle all the way up till here. Yeah. Now, so we give it a dimension of 2 units. Yeah. And as you can see from the drawing itself, right now, doesn't really show like, if it's in the center, if it's in the middle of the part. So in order to bring the rectangle at the center, select the center point of the rectangle and select this origin point and make it vertical. Now you see the rectangle has been constrained and now it is in the center. Now I can actually make the cut which will pass through it and which will be made in the middle. So just exit the sketch from here. Go to the extruded cut. Yeah, as you see, it's in the preview, it's passing through the part, and I just want that. Press confirm, and there we go. We've obtained a cut similar to what we have over here, a small rectangular cut of 2 units. Yeah, so this is how we do it.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so if no one has any doubts, so we've covered a good amount of features today, which are really important when it comes to CADing a model, but there are some additional features which I would like to explain, which also come into handy quite often during the process. So as I'll just show you. So I'll be modeling a hollow cylinder. So I'm just showing you this, the body of the hollow cylinder. Yeah, so you look over here. This is like a revolved circular face. And you know, there's this center, you see this P vector over here. This is like the center point, and this is like a revolved circular surface. So in order to make that, we will use the feature which is called revolve. So I'll just go over here, press new, select a new part again. I'll be drawing a hollow cylinder with a 10 millimeters thickness. Yeah, select the front plane, select the sketch feature. We have the origin. Now, for the revolve feature, the main point is that we need either a point or an axis of reference. So for this part, we'll be drawing a line of reference. So over here, we have three different options for line. We have the line, we have the center line, as well as the midpoint line. So we will select the midpoint line, select the center point, go up all the way. Yeah, now it's vertical, as you can see from here. The yellow icon which is displaying, select it. Yeah, give it a dimension of 100 units. Yeah, and for the axis of reference line, we don't need a solid line over here. We actually, so what we can do, we can select this line, and we get this feature tree on the left. Go to the options part, select for construction purposes, and press confirm. Now, add a distance. So just select the, go to the sketch tab, select the center rectangle again from the rectangle command. Hover over this origin point, come over here, draw a rectangle. I'll just give the dimensions to it. So use the smart dimension tool again. Give the width as 10 millimeters, which is the thickness. Yeah, and give the length as 85 millimeters. I'll just make the two center points horizontal to each other. So how we do it, select the center point again, make it horizontal. Perfect. So now both the points align. The last thing left is select this point and select this point. Add a dimension of 60 units. Let's confirm. Okay, now we exit the sketch, go to the features tab, and go to this revolved boss base. So when you select this, it will ask for an axis of revolution. So you select this as your axis, imaginary this thing as your this construction line as your axis of revolution. And as you see, this 2D sketch, it revolves around this axis of reference. And over here, you can set an angle. So like, this is 360 degree, which is the complete circle. If you want something like 220 degrees, you can do that. So there'll be like a semicircular, like, or an arch shape. So just do 360 degrees over here. Press confirm. There we go. We've obtained like a hollow cylinder like this. There are many parts, which require having like a revolved surface. So this tool is really important for that. Just keep one thing in mind while using the revolve feature, is that you should always have an axis of reference, always have either a point or an axis of reference. Now, the last thing for today is the whole wizard feature. So for that, I'll just get rid of this revolve feature, get rid of this sketch. Yeah, so I'll just select the top plane, set the sketch. Yeah, and select the rectangle, center rectangle. Then I use smart dimension. Give it 210, or you can give any random dimensions to it. I would give say 170, and I will keep the width as 85. Yeah, press confirm. We give it an extrusion. We add a certain thickness to it. Go to the features tab again. Select extrude, extruded boss / base. Give it a thickness of 15 units. Press confirm. Yeah. And now, if we need to make hole cuts of certain screws, like there are these various types of bolts and nuts, like of any shape and size, or like we use this feature called the hole wizard feature. It inserts like a customized hole of whatever of the desired dimension. So you select this feature. Yeah, so this feature tree displays on your left. Over here, we have various types of hole types, like there's counter bore, there's counter sink, there's hole, there's straight tap, there's taper tap, and various other. And we need to give a certain standard to it. So we have ANSI inch, ANSI metric. We will use the ANSI metric. We select the straight tap, we select the taper tap for now. Okay, so we select the taper tap. Then for the size, there are various sizes which are there. So 1/16, 1/8. We can select any size we want. So we go for 1/16. Then this tap drill feature is similar to what was there in the extruded cut. So we select through all. Then we have this other options like cosmetic thread, or this, which is like with thread call out or without thread call out. So, and so we use with thread call out. Now for the positions, we select the face where we want the particular hole cut need to be made. We select this. So as you can see, we can hover around wherever we want the cut to be made. So like over here, and like over here, we go to the type, we press confirm. Yeah, we've obtained those hole cuts right over here. And similarly, like if you want to have other types of hole cuts. So see, for example, we need to, if I want to counter bore, right? And I want something like binding head screw. And for the size, I keep it as 5/16, fit as normal. And the end condition should be through all, like the similar one. And rest, everything, leave it like that. Go to the position, select this face, right? I want it over here, or like I want something, I want in the middle at the origin, or I want something like over here, over here. So we press confirm. Yeah, and there we go. We've obtained a counter bore cut at the center as well as over here. So yeah, so with this, we come to the end of the first of the two base SolidWorks workshop. Hope you guys gain some valuable insights which you can implement in future. And I hope you guys had a great time. If you have any doubts, you can just put it in the chat. And if you have anything else regarding the UTDL or any other in the competition in 2021 or any other stuff, just feel free to enter in the chat and I'll be more than happy to help you out.
Thank you.
No worries.
And as mentioned before, this video and workshop will be posted on our YouTube channel and on our website. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone, for
Thanks,
coming.
Yash. Great job.